Have you ever observed that your mind can go on bunny trails and forget to focus? Or even more disconcerting, have you watched it in children or grandchildren where they just can't focus? Their brains are all over the place. So much has happened with technology and the onslaught of screens and screen time for all of us at all ages. It's taking a toll on our memory and focus. What I want to do today is talk about the problem, especially in children, teenagers, but I see it in adults. And I want to give you a tool where you can turn that around that fast, and actually be able to focus and do what matters to you in the moment, for the day, for the month, for the year. Where I most often see this is with children. You know, a lot of times they're not eating a good diet. It's processed foods. It's a lot of garbage. Parents aren't always willing to change. The kids aren't always willing to change. They're on screens, starting with babies, infants, toddlers. Children are on screens. And that impacts your brain. It impacts your eyes. Now, of course, in my 70s, I didn't grow up with that. So it's a different era. But it is happening now. And as a result, it's like 7-second attention span. The ability to focus and process and make really good decisions is gone. It's just rabbit, rabbit, squirrel, squirrel, all over the place. And then you move into professional people that are really trying to stay focused, and they either fall asleep or they can't remember, or they have what we just joke about as brain fog. It's almost at an epidemic level. So would it be helpful to change diet? Absolutely. Would it be helpful to make sure you're getting enough water? Absolutely. Would it be helpful if you got enough sleep? Would it be helpful if maybe you reduce some screen time? Would all of those things help? Yes. But what if it doesn't help fast enough for you to be encouraged that your brain could actually be focused and get done what you want it to do? Well, then you're at the right place at the right time, because I have found something that works, and when I share one of my stories, you'll understand why I appreciate it so significantly. What is that tool? It's a tool called focus, so you don't even have to remember the name. It's what you want to be able to do that you haven't been able to do. And so with focus, it's a super patch. It's different than any other patch for many reasons. The reason that it's most different is it doesn't have any ingredients. It has no chemicals. There's nothing to react to, so there's no contraindications. It doesn't interact in any way in a negative form with drugs or with surgeries, medications. It's just a little patch that you peel off the backing, and it's got little ridges. And when you apply it to the skin, anywhere where there's no scar tissue, you don't want to apply it where there's lots of hair. You want good contact, clean, dry skin. You put it on, and those little signals go into your nervous system and up to the brain that runs focus. And when you don't have focus, that means that pathway is dysregulated. It's out of balance. This instantly puts it into balance. How do we know? The research with double-blind placebo studies with EEG testing, which means they'll do an EEG on the brain, and they'll look at that brain pathway for focus. It's off. They put the patch on, retest with an EEG. It goes into balance. Take the patch off. It goes out of balance. It's been proven with a placebo score of 0.0001, which means it's a 1 in 1,000 chance it's a placebo. So that's pretty powerful. The science is there, the research is there, but what does it do with real people? Now, I'm married to an absolutely amazing man who can chase squirrels and rabbits in his brain all over the place. He can be here and we'll be talking here, and he can be over here. And this not only helps him to focus, it makes a huge difference in our relationship because we live together, we work together, we play together. And so I'm pretty focused. And if Forrest is all over here, that can cause tension and stress between the two of us. So if he's being a little bit here, I just ask, have you put on your focus patch? Nope, I forgot. Okay, go put your focus patch on. When it comes to kids in school, oh my goodness, the difference in their ability to perform, to be able to learn, to remember, to even just like kind of sit still. This can be a game changer for them and for their teachers. You're not fighting them to get homework done. It's just a game changer. Probably kids respond the fastest because their little brains haven't been out of balance as long as some of us in our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. So for kids or grandkids, why would you not give them the best possible education of learning how to focus? Do you know how that could change everything about school? But more importantly, more than just school, it totally changes their capacity to learn, to think critically, to make wise quality decisions. Now there's a place that we have found that Forrest said, nope, we're not doing this. He said, Cheryl, you do not need the focus patch. That is not a brain pathway for you that's out of balance. And he's right, because the first time I tried wearing it, it was like, yeah, I don't like this, so I took it off. That's what you can always do with a patch. You can decide, well, I'll just take it off and see what happens. For me, I was just as focused, if not more, without it. For Forrest, totally a game changer. So wouldn't you want to have your very best day and not meander around in brain fog, confused, can't remember? Sometimes it's not a memory issue, it's just brain fog. Clearing out that brain fog can make a huge difference. So if you're ready to have clear focus, get the job done, be efficient, and be productive, you, your children, your grandchildren, it's time to focus. So get back to the person who invited you to this video and look at the information down in the description. And I just bless you to have a brain and a mind that can focus so that you can do all the amazing things that you've been called to do.